The reason why your life isn't changing has nothing to do with your goals and everything to do with your thoughts. You want a different body, you want a different job, but every single day you wake up and have the same thoughts of the day before. You get up on the same side of the bed, you brush your teeth in the same way, you get mad with your neighbor, you get mad in traffic, think about how much you hate your boss, go to work, you come home, you have dinner, and you go to sleep. And your days, your weeks, your years, just a cycle of always repeating the same things. And you're literally stuck in a loop where you get addicted to your negative thoughts. And no, routine is not the problem. The problem is hating the outcome and waiting for something different to happen while doing the same things and having the same thoughts every single day. You stay comfortable in a place you hate just because you're also a little bit scared of your potential. But don't worry, today I'm gonna teach you how you can get out of this loop to really start building your dream life and just stop being afraid of following your dreams. Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mirella and I love sharing all things self-care, class and self-growth. As you understood by now, today we're gonna talk about how you will finally achieve your dream life, and as Dr. Joe Dispenza would say, how you can change your personality to change your personal reality. As always, if you love this video, make sure you like it and subscribe. And if you want to connect with me, in the description you will find all of my information and my other socials. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Now, first things first. This may seem as very basic and taken for granted because I feel like every single person right now is telling you to do this. But trust me, it's truly crucial for every single other step I'm going to talk about. And it's not as basic as you think. And it is to be incredibly clear with what you want. And listen, you might think, girl, I've been trying to get money for so long and I want my dream body and I want to be healthy. What more should I want? But I really want you to sit and really think about what your soul's desire is. What really gives you purpose in this life? What makes you happy? Not just the basic things that society wants you to have. You need to be incredibly specific. What kind of relationships do you want to have with the people around you, with a partner? What kind of person do you want to be? What makes you truly happy? Think of the best version of yourself. Do you want to be kind? Do you want to be successful? Do you want to be close to your family or travel the world? Be incredibly specific of what you want. And the reason why I asked you this is because sometimes we just want so many things, so we get incredibly overwhelmed because we're not precise enough. And also because the only way in which we'll actually change is by understanding exactly where you're now and exactly where you want to go. You cannot do that by having abstract goals. You need to know them precisely to actually build the path that will lead you there. So if you constantly think about, oh, one day I will have this and this, but you don't even know why you want them, and if they're actually in line with your desires or just nice things that could be nice to have, how do you even think you will achieve them? So be very specific. Okay, once you have clarity in what it is that you want, you really need to understand that you will never be able to achieve it while living in the opposite emotional state. Let me give you an example. If you want to attract money, you will never be able to attract the money while you live in scarcity. You might make some money, but you will never be able to keep it. Or you will simply sabotage yourself into thinking that you don't deserve them. If your belief is money is hard to make, money is evil, money is never enough, if you actually get the money, all you will be afraid is that it will just slip away. You will not be able to make more money, use it in the right way, or invest it in the right way to actually create financial abundance. Look at lottery winners, for example. More than 70% of them lose everything they won within just a couple of years. Because mentally, they never had the mindset to keep the money. So you will never be able to keep it if you're in the opposite emotional state. Let's make another example with losing weight. If you keep seeing yourself as the fat one, the fat girl, you will never be able to lose the weight. You get stuck by being comfortable even in a place you hate, just because that's all you've known until now. Because it's too scary for you to think that you could be something else, that you can be something better. And your brain's job is literally to keep you safe, to keep you comfortable, not to make you grow. Or you will never get the best grade if you sit on the exam believing that you will fail. You will most likely skip a question or you will write something randomly because you just don't believe that you deserve it. You just don't believe that you can be the best student. So it's all about your self-worth and it's all about your thoughts, your emotional state. So I really want you to understand and work on the trigger linked to that desire, otherwise you will never be able to keep it. Again, you can make all the money in the world, but if you don't believe that you deserve them, that you can keep them, you will lose them. Same same thing with your weight. You can try to lose all the weight you want, but if you still keep identifying with that version of yourself, you will go back and you will gain the weight back, or you will not lose it at all. If you do not do that, trust me, you will never ever achieve your goal, because your mind will literally stop you and you will just be stuck in this loop where you just feel miserable but comfortable. Now for the next point, I really want you to make it a habit to get out of your comfort zone. This one is honestly so fun for me because you can literally do it with the smallest things. What I want you to do is just start being comfortable with the idea of doing even just small little things. Something a little bit harder that you wouldn't normally do. Because that will put you out of your comfort zone, will give you more confidence, and will push you into something different. Now, an example of something very small, very simple that I do is taking a different route to go home. To go to my family home, there are two routes. One is just straight, very simple, and the other one goes up to a mountain and then goes down. And I hate that route, I never take it. But when I want to do this exercise and I just want to push myself into a little challenge, I just take the second route. Just push yourself out of your comfort zone in the smallest way, and trust me, that will make a difference. When you show yourself, when you show your brain that you can do even the smallest hard things, you will build up your confidence. And then when you have to do a little bit of a harder things, you will be able to do it. Another thing you can do is exposure or rejection therapy. It's literally people that you can also see online that go out to lay on the street just to get rejected and just to expose themselves to so much judgment, so much embarrassment in a day. They just become numb to it, and then they're able to do anything they want in life. They just don't become embarrassed of anything anymore. Now, am I suggesting to go out and lay on a street? No, but maybe just do that call or send that message to the person you like. Maybe push yourself into an opportunity that you're sure you're not gonna get. And the worst thing you can receive is a no. The worst thing they can say is no. Well, the best things that happens is that it changes your life. Maybe you get that job because you actually tried. Maybe you get with your dream person because you actually tried. Just look at men. Look at men's audacity, they do it all the time. Start by small things, but trust me, over time, this will build your self-esteem, it will build your confidence, it will show you that you can actually do hard things and that nothing is really embarrassing. Another thing is really start noticing your emotional triggers. Because the thing is this, your body gets literally chemically addicted to certain emotions. So when you try to change, it will try to bring you back to discomfort emotions, not because they're good for you, but just because they're familiar. Again, your brain's job is to keep you safe, to keep you comfortable. It's not to make you change. And these emotions can really get chemically addictive because you're scared of changing. Even if they're bad for you, they're comfortable. They are what you know. And that's exactly why people stay with partners that abuse them or in jobs they hate. Not because they're good, but because they're familiar. There's something comfortable and you get used to that negative emotion. So no matter how much you try to think positively, if you don't put in the work to get against these emotions, you will never be able to change. For example, me used to get angry very easily. I used to yell very easily. And I used to get emotionally involved into the smallest things. And that was really something I had to work on in order for me to achieve different things in life. I really had to learn detachment and I had to learn how to feel peaceful. But it wasn't easy for me because that's all I knew until that moment. I also knew that the person I wanted to be was not an angry person, was a calm and peaceful and loving person. And so I really had to work on that and heal that. But sometimes I still get angry, sometimes I still shout. But the good thing now, after healing so much within myself, is that I really recognize those triggers. And especially when there's people in my life that know exactly what buttons to push or what version of myself to bring out, I'm able finally to look at myself, to regulate myself, and to go back to this homeostasis within minutes. Because even though in that moment I still get triggered, I learn to recognize it. So what I'm telling you to do is really understand what is bringing out that emotional dependency that you used to have or that you still have. Really understand what is that trigger and really work on that. Because again, there's no way that you're going to change if you don't even release those attachments that you have to these negative emotions. This was anger with me, but it could be insecurity or jealousy or whatever other emotions you could be attached with. If you want to change your personal reality, you need to change your personality, as Dr. Joe Dispenza would say. And in order for you to do that, you need to understand what triggers them and get over it. And that takes a lot of time and healing, and it took me years to even get to this point, and I still have definitely a margin of improvement, but understand that recognizing them is the first step. Your awareness is always the first step to your transformation. Another thing is really start surrounding yourself with people that show you that something different different is possible. When people say that you become the people you hang out with, is so true. For example, me, I've learned a lot from everyone around me. From my boyfriend, I've learned how to stop feeling scarcity and to stop feeling more abundant. Or from another friend, I've learned how to be more fun and how to be more open because she's such a fun and open person. Or from another friend, I've learned how to be more vulnerable and even how to take care of myself more. This can really apply to anything. If you want to be successful, surround yourself with successful people that will show you that it's possible. Even without realizing it, you will inevitably take small things from others and make them yours. And you really need to choose wisely, because this applies also to being negative. If all you do is hang out with insecure people that spend all their time gossiping, you will be one of them. You will not be better than them. That will bring you down with them. I saw this video from the Wizard Liz the other day, and she was saying that if you come from an abusive household, you need to hang out with people that come from loving family, because that shows you that love exists, that something different exists, and that shows you that you can have it too, that is possible, that you can build it, and so on. Hang out with people that show you that something different is possible, that show you that what you want is achievable. Well, if you hang out with people that show you the opposite, or if all you watch is negative content that makes you feel envy, that makes you feel jealous, you will be stuck in that reality, and that's all you will see. Now, as for the final point of this video, I really want you to start acting like the person you want to become, to start acting like that future version of you. And if that person is rich, I'm not telling you here to spend all your money, but instead to change the way you feel about money, to change how you feel when you spend it, to stop feeling the guilt and scarcity that comes from it, to start feeling abundant. Or if that person is already fit and has the body you desire, what would that person eat? Would they walk more? Would they skip their workout? Would they feel hate towards their bodies? Think from the mind of that person. If you already had that thing you desire, would you feel lack? Would you feel abundant? Would you feel hate towards your current situation, or would you feel grateful? That way you will reduce your attachment to it and will get faster. You start thinking from the mindset of that person, will inevitably bring you that thing, and it becomes so much faster because you're already that person. If you're the best student, will you feel embarrassed to talk in front of the whole class? No, because you know you're the best. Would you feel embarrassed to ask a question to the professor? No. If you know that you're already so successful, would you feel like a loser? No. And that will give you the confidence to actually take the steps that will make you even more successful, make you reach that goal without even realizing it. And once you have it, nothing will change because you'll already be in the mindset and in the emotional state of that person. So really focus on the mindset and focus on how they would feel. And trust me, it will come so much faster. But let's go back to my first point. Be super clear about what you want, and now start feeling like that person. Start feeling the emotions of that person and start acting like you're already that person. And trust me, you will get everything you ever wanted so much faster. Start believing that you already have it and it will come. So I really hope that you loved this video, and if you did, definitely make sure to like it and subscribe. As always, I appreciate you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.